Hi. So I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So I just poured in some water that's mixed with salt and a room spray. So I have my testing tube right here, measuring cup, funnel, dropper, and I guess a measuring tube. I guess that's what they call it. But so I have these 4 test tubes. I thought I was recording, but this is filled with water, salt, and room spray. Now it doesn't matter what type of room spray you use, but just make sure not to put it on you, because that's what my mom said. So I filled this up almost to the very top, but you don't want to do that because, well, it's going to be dangerous. And I won't say dangerous, but you do not want to fill it up to the top because it can spill. So you can't see everything, but I'm going to take this cap off a little bit, and you can see me pour the test stuff in the test tube into this right here, the little thing. Just measuring cup. I'm using the funnel. That way, if water splashes, it won't get out unless I pour it somewhere out of the funnel. But this should be good enough. So I'm going to pour the whole thing into here. You'll see it go down a little bit. Yeah. And then the rest of the test tubes don't have a lot, like I just poured some like halfway. But they only have little drops, so I'm going to fill them up a little bit like I just did for that one. This one has, this has bubbles. The last test tube I poured has bubbles because my last experiment wasn't really an experiment. It was more like thinking of like what I could do. It had soap involved with it, so that's that. So you don't really know what you're gonna put in, and it could just be anything. Just make sure you don't do bad stuff, because some of the stuff around the house is flammable, sorry. And you don't want to do that, because if you use stuff, it can go set on fire, and you do not want that. So, I'm not a scientist, like I said before, but I do like working with science. It's my favorite subject. I actually graduated high school last year, but it's still, I love science kits because you never know what you can create. And my favorite thing about science is the experiments that you could do. In my science class in high school, we did this one experiment with my special ed teacher. It was basically a voting. So you have Pepsi, and then you have like maybe like 6 or 7 cups of Pepsi, and then there's another side, and that's cola. And you have like 6 or 7 cups of cola, and then you taste both, and then you decide if you would like it, like which one's better. So there was like a poll where you draw marks, like little lines, and whoever got the most votes, like Pepsi or cola, won. And it was Pepsi, and I totally agree, because I do a mix of Pepsi and half Pepsi, which is half Pepsi, half Diet Pepsi. But I just think Pepsi is better, and most people disagree, and most people agree. It doesn't really matter, but I thought that one was a cool experiment. Some of them were cool, some of them weren't as what I thought it'd be. Like one time in my class, we also tried to make bread with I forgot what the machine is called. It was interesting. It wasn't like where you roll out dough. I mean, it was dough, of course, but I think you had to put in like an oven sort of thing. It was like a really old oven sort of stuff where it didn't really taste that good as I thought it would. Well, I guess it's because we're making it by hand, sort of, except for the machine part, but the bread I have is better than what we tried. So that, and then we also, I don't know if it was science, but we also did a thing where we had seaweed. We had it dry and we also had it while it's wet. To be honest, I didn't think I would like seaweed, but I actually did. I tried it wet and I tried it dry. I actually prefer it dry because you get a sweetness of it. I guess sweetness. I can't remember if it was like sugar or salt spread on it. But it's better, and wet you don't really taste a thing except like leafy stuff, which I don't really like that. So yeah, so I'm just pouring the stuff in here into the test tubes, and pouring it in here. You can't really see it right now, but if I hold it up, it's getting a little bit bigger. So right now, I'm not really testing anything. I'm just doing it for fun, because sometimes I do it for fun. And I have a packet that I got with the kit, but I can't do it alone. It has to be by an adult. So I would love to do it by myself, but one of the experiments that I want to do in the kit packet, the kit instruction thing is, I don't know what they call it, but it's one thing that you have to involve the oven, so I can't go near that. I'm only 18. I know I'm an adult now, but it's going to be a little bit harder to do it, and I'm not good at cooking, so I don't really know how to do everything around the house yet. So I'm just pouring this water and the mixed up stuff into test tubes. Just trying to make sure it doesn't spill out the test tube to go over it. And then, I know it's not a really long trip to where it is, but I'm just putting it on there that way, and then go over and I shake my hand and it spills. So I guess I can take it off. I mean, it doesn't matter. If you guys have a Sceince kit, that'd be awesome. You can always, it's really fun. I mean, there's plenty of different Sceince kits, but mostly the Sceince kits I like are these. I guess you can call them either Sceince kits if you're looking up on Amazon, because I get this one off of Amazon. You can call it, you can look up for Sceince kit or lab kits. This is actually more of a chemistry thing, which I like chemistry because there's different types of science. And I think chemistry is my favorite because you get to learn about liquids and solids. And it's really fun, actually. You get to learn more about what types of elements there are, and I think most of them are solids and liquids. I don't think there's I forgot what the other one is. Oh well, I think most of them are solids and liquids. Yeah, but I think almost all of them are solids. So as you know, I'm doing the science experiment. Not really experimenting something right now. I'm just actually trying to see what I can do with the water other than play with it, of course. I'm basically just playing it with it right now. So it's soap, water, and room spray. Sorry I did this. I was trying to think of the word. But yeah, this is actually quite fun. You can do many stuff. I'm thinking I'm going to make this channel because I have another channel, but my phone needs to get an update or something, but I can only do that channel on my Chromebook now. So I'm thinking of making this channel more sciencey. That way, if people that are out there that already are scientists, or people that just love science, can also watch this and see me do different stuff. I mean, I'm probably not going to do experiments because I know you can't really see the stuff under here. You can't see the whole thing of the little tube, and I know you can't really see the measuring cup unless I put it up, or my science stuff. But it's really fun. I love science because you get to do experiments, you get to learn about the world. I got this big book 2 years ago, which was really fun, and I actually got it offline. My mom gave it to me for a Christmas gift, and it's a National Geographic book, and it says it's all about science. It's everything you need to know about science. It's really heavy, but it's so good to read. Like, I'm starting to make little notebooks. So right now I'm still on the human body, and then I'm thinking I'm gonna go to the animals, and then probably to chemistry. I do not know for sure. I just know that I'm putting notes down. I'm not putting everything down, but I'm putting notes down on what I like to read and all that. So yeah, science is pretty fun. I mean, if I wanted to get a study book like at school, I know it would have to be pretty expensive. And that book was expensive, but it's less than the price you actually buy a book for like school and all that, college, school. Yeah. But I think this is really fun. I mean, I'm not really testing anything right now. I'm just seeing what water and bubbles can do other than cleaning, basically. Plus the room stays in there, so we'll just see what happens. So the funnel is not really, you can't put it anywhere else except here because it'll fit. But if I put it in the measuring cup, it's too big and it'll just fall in basically. I mean, not all the way, but if I hold it and pour, it's not going to be a lot because I can't use my right hand unless it's my left hand. But, so, yes, this is actually the water. I know, I already showed you this. But if you weren't paying attention, this is water, soap, and room spray. I'm only telling you again because some people don't like science. And if they watch this new channel and they like science, sometimes they don't pay attention. So, water, soap, and room spray. So I poured water and spray in all 4 test tubes. I used to have a science kit, but I broke the tubes. So I threw that away. But this is actually quite nice because the last science kit I had was blue and green. But this one's actually purple. I think the one I had last time was actually more for boys. I mean, I don't know for sure. Maybe it was a boy on a package. I do not know for sure. So this one's more for girls. You can tell because the platform of this is purple. And then this part for the tubes that are holding it is blue. But this is purple. The caps are purple. And then the funnel is purple. See? It's more like a light purple for the funnel. Because I don't know why they put like light. But I think they want you to kind of see through. So I don't know why they do that. And I know why they do this, but I don't understand the funnel part because you know what you're pouring in unless you lose track and then you don't even know what you're pouring in. So, and then this is purple. So I think this is more for girls. Oh, actually it is for girls and I know that because this is a chemistry strap for girls. It's supposed to be off of kitchen stuff, but the kitchen stuff I'll have to wait because I need help with my mom and I live with my mom. But yeah, for right now we're just doing water. Oh, I should do shampoo. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Soap and why can't I remember? Room spray. So that's what we're doing right now. But if you want to come back, I'll probably dump this out after the video is done and do another experiment or just fun stuff. Probably not experiments, but different stuff. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Make sure you do science. Make sure to subscribe.